Please keep the dance out of it. Please.
That's a good please.
Please.
Nice.
If that leaks, it's over for me. Should I go first? Should I go first?
Yeah, you can share.
I really enjoyed our hike.
Yes. That was my
Our hike, was it? So our hike, we did it in an indigenous tribe, and I'd say the total mileage was 6, but it was like mountain/hill type thing, so it felt like forever. And I think it took us maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours to really get to the waterfall area. And we have some pictures of it. It was beautiful. And I think the best part was just when you get through that tough route, you see that lake and you're just like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And a couple of us dove in it. Not everyone did, and not everyone got to enjoy it because they didn't want to. But yeah, it was awesome. I mean, so many fun memories just walking around, and I fell on my butt twice. That was awesome. Got back up twice, and then yeah, that was one heck of a time.
My favorite memory was the same thing. It was the hardest thing we did by far, but also the most rewarding, just because, like Esteban said, we got to kind of enjoy our time there. Once we hiked 6 miles and through 10,000 feet of elevation, like it was ridiculous.
It was 10,000. I didn't
so.
even know that.
I'm pretty sure, but it was a ridiculous hike. It was the hardest one I've ever done, but very rewarding and a great experience.
Yeah. We got some photos to show you guys if you want to see it. I got one of Brian like. That's my question. So they have this dish called casado, which kind of means married in English, and it's a mixture of the typical rice and beans, which is like their famous dish there. They have some plantains, and you can also mix it with whatever protein you want: salmon, steak, chicken, and that was my favorite dish. Like, just from that place, it was awesome.
I love casado. I think that's the
Casado.
best tasting food I've ever put in my mouth. I'm serious.
You ever put your mouth in?
Yes.
Oh. Interesting.
Second favorite was ceviche. They had I think it was a fish of some sort, but they had that in like lime and lemon juice, which was also pretty yummy as well. I think just the ability to communicate with a lot of different people will benefit my leadership skills, just because being able to communicate with people that have a language barrier or that have an entirely different upbringing will help me kind of change how I interact with the different types of people on the team itself and help lead them in the direction that the team wants to go.
Yeah, for me, I had a very different experience, I think, from everyone, where I was the main translator. And operating under those language barriers, I'm like connecting both sides. So I think for me as a leader, it helps me embrace the more vocal side of leadership, but also it helps me to connect two different sides, which I could be potentially on one side of the spectrum while someone else is on another side. So just could foster a mutual understanding, a better understanding of others. I had none. I knew what I was getting into, and when we were getting into it, I think it was great that it was in the fall, because in the fall you don't have to worry as much about games or your deadlines, because it's a little more lenient. So I really had no worries at all.
Yeah, I have less international traveling experience, so I was definitely worried about it at first. Personally, I don't like missing training, so that was a big thing I had to get over. But once I realized kind of like the benefits of the trip and how it had changed me as a person, I really just came to terms with that, and I accepted that I'll miss one day of practice and then I'll be all right.
We still threw on the beach in the morning, so
Sure,
that's fine.
That was fun.
Yep. Take pictures, enjoy your time there. It flew by so fast. I mean, every day we were reminiscing, like, wow, we're already on our second, third day, etc. And just time goes by very, very slow, actually, when you enjoy it. So enjoy it, take pictures, and just savor every moment there.
And if you're on the fence about doing it or not doing it, definitely do it. Like I just said, you'll be changed as a person and you'll come back completely different, but definitely for the better.